Yo, what is up, guys? Obviously, patch today, big hype. Hidden nerfs. Soulrest Marshall only reduces cards by 5 now. He doesn't reduce it by 6. No more Soulrest into Yara combos, such and such. So obviously, you can see right here to the left, we have the brand new card, Smuggler's Hull. It's an action, 6 cost Magicka. Draw 4 random 0 cost cards. Now, the 0 cost cards, there is 2 per color. There's not like none of them are bad, but none of them are like there's improvised weapon, fireband, lesser ward, calm. There's like just stuff like that. The O3 Dwemer, the O3 shield, such and such. So obviously a lot of people look at this card and they think it's really bad. It's unplayable. That's what majority of people thought. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I'm not gonna look at this card and be like, oh, this is the best card ever, because obviously it's not. But I think it has potential. I think, like, I'm not gonna go as far as to say I think this card is the strongest card in the game. Obviously, I'm not even gonna go close to that. I don't think it's even top level card or a meta-defining card. But I think this card can be built around, because you have to build around this card if you're gonna put it in your deck. I think that this card can be built around and get you top 100 legend. And you're going to be like, did you just, what? Yes, I just said that. I think this card, and I'm going to test it out. And big shout out to Fade and Pokemonsta433. Fade's the one that originally made this deck, and Poke's the guy that took this deck and fit it for Smuggler's Hall. So basically, 3 Brutal Ashlanders, 1 on Golem, 3 Fighters Guilds, 3 Murkwater Savages, so already some little synergy, not huge one. But this card with Murkwater Savage, you could get a green card, and then maybe buff Murkwater Savage. That's very rare it's going to happen, but it could happen. At least I think you can, if I can remember right. Murkwater Witch. You can get more curses from this guy as well. Thieves Guild Recruit, Word Crafters, House Kinsman, Tavani Arcanist, Couriers, Deshaun Avengers, Lightning Bolts, Leaf Lurkers, Soulrest Marshals, Quinraw Burglars, Wismother. Wismother is one of the bigger things. There's quite a few times with this card that you can get, obviously a minion. It's not the majority, but it is quite a few times, and then if you play that minion, you get more value with Wismother, basically. It will make it where maybe you get like the 1-2 guard, and you play it with Wismother, and then it makes them 2-1. It makes you have 2-1-2 guards just to stall just a little bit longer or something. Tazgad, the Packmaster, Supreme Astromancer, and Dragon Priest. Supreme Astromancer is the main guy. With Supreme Astromancer, you can get tons of small drops. Even just warding her is really strong. Playing Calm and trading some guys in, maybe value trades, like you can run a lethal into a 4/5 if you play Calm on it and he doesn't die. So that could be pretty decent. Make Calm actually decent in this deck. But you can just drop all these little 0 cost minions down whenever you play Astromancer and do, a decent amount of damage. You're probably going to do like 8 on average if you play this card and get minions from it. You're being holding them for Astromancer. You're probably going to do like 8-ish, which is nice. I mean, 8 burn is not bad at all, and developing a pretty huge board to deal with is not bad at all. I mean, this isn't the deck I would build probably with it, but I still think that as far as theory crafting goes, this is pretty much hit it on the spot. There's like, if this card's going to be playable, it's going to be in a deck sort of like this. You're going to want Wismother to try to beef out some extra value. Now, what I would like to see with Wismother is there's probably ways to make it to where Smuggler's Hull and the little minions can be buffed up more. So, yeah, well, I'll have to think for a bit, but there's probably ways to make this card buffed more. Maybe Thieves Den kind of deck, maybe. I don't know. But Supreme Astromancer is one of the huge parts as well, like I said. It's just one of the big parts that you're going to have to run with this card. You're going to want to, like I said, you're going to get some 0 drops. You're going to want to bust them out and just destroy. And you're going to want to build the deck to where there isn't really anything that's like bad that you can get from it. I mean, quickly, I'm just going to really quick look at Legends decks. Because I'm not logged into the game right now. And I want to look at all the cards that cost 0. Okay, so we have Calm, which in this deck works. Like I said, you can value trade. We have Cruel Firebloom, It's not an amazing one with Ashlander though, it can be pretty strong. We have Curse, which is good in this deck. We have Dwarven Sphere, which is good in this deck. We have Healing Hands, which it's playable. It's not, you're not gonna feel good about it. Maybe you can play it on a pretty beefed up Savage or something, maybe. I'd honestly like to see finish offs in this deck. I'd like to see 3 Leaf Lurkers and 3 finish offs. I don't know how I'd fit them in right now, but that's something I would like to see in this deck, especially with all the curse synergy and all that. Yeah, you can get Improvised Weapon, which is okay. Especially if we run Thieves' Den, Improvised Weapon to be really good. So I do think Thieves' Den should be in this deck somewhere. It could fit in, especially with 0 drops hitting their face. It could make Thieves' Den even more valuable. You can get Lesser Wards, which is really strong. You can get Maple Shield, which is really strong in this deck. You can get Murkwater Goblin, which, yeah, he's strong, mainly because of Savage. You get Nord Fireband, he's really strong in this deck because of Astromancer. You can get Septum Guardsman, he's really strong in this deck. You can get Suppress. Suppress is always a good spell that you never want to run. Just like Silence is always good, especially 0 Magicka Silence, but you never really want to run it just because, yeah, it's putting a 0 Magicka spell in your deck, and just playing a Silence without developing a body is usually not very good, especially for control or something. So, yeah, pretty much all the options in this deck are pretty good. Like I said, it's probably not the most optimal build, but it is up there, and I do want to credit these guys for that. And so I definitely want to say I don't think this card's absolute trash. Like, people who think the card's absolute garbage, never going to be played, I think they're wrong. I don't think the card's good, but I don't think it's absolutely trash. I think this card's viable, and it's something that you can build around to make work, but it's more like a niche kind of thing, and I don't really think it's too valuable. My original concept that I had was to run it with Astromancer, and the reason why is because obviously you can go an OTK deck with, you know, your 0 cost cards, just try to stall and play this out and run some more 0 cost cards in your deck just to go with the Astromancer OTK, run some Drain, run some ways to just try your best to, yeah, to develop the OTK, like Drain, Guards, some Clears, some Stalls, some Shackles or something, I don't know. But it'll be really hard to build, but basically. And a lot of people are like, well, why would you run that? Well, you can run Bannermans and Raiding Parties and all this with Astromancer and Red-Blue. And big reason why. In green, you have heals. You don't have heals in red and blue. That's what makes the OTK combo in red and blue not overpowered, okay? It's because you cannot stall to that combo. If you can always stall to that combo, that deck would be completely insanely bonkers, broken, and it would win every game. Straight up. But you cannot stall to that combo every game. So with green, you actually can have the tools to stall to your combo, which is nice, but the combo's a little less, it's more inconsistent, obviously, so that's a little bit of an issue, but we'll see where this card goes, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, my little review of the new card, and yeah, just final thoughts. Like I said, don't think it's going to be amazing, I don't think it's going to be bad, but I think it's going to be viable enough to get you top 100 legendary if you build around it and refine it enough, straight up. So that's because the players are bad or not yet, or the meta's bad or not yet, who knows, but I mean, I can get top 100 with a Jank Control Assassin deck, so I'm pretty sure you get top 100 with this card, nearly 100% sure. But with that being said, hope you guys have a great night, great day, wherever you're from. Love you all, and hope you have a good night.